Before my father-in-law's company went public, I quietly dropped $200 million into it. That made me their single biggest investor. At the celebration dinner, my father-in-law had one too many and called me out right in front of the whole family. Now that we've got a publicly traded company, do you really think you're still good enough for my daughter? Lin Muxu snapped back under her breath. What are you even saying? Since she married you, what have you ever done for this family? I grinned. Without me as their lucky charm, Lin Corp never would have gone public. I'm just telling it like it is. The whole room went dead silent. Everyone was giving me this look, like they couldn't tell if I was joking. My father-in-law paused, then smirked. Lucky charm? Let's be real. You're just a deadbeat. You've got nothing going for you, and you're out here acting like you're something special. The second he said it, the whole table started laughing. I could read it clear as day in their smiles, pure contempt. Even without saying it out loud, I could tell they all saw me as some shameless freeloader. I didn't even flinch. I just turned to look at my wife sitting next to me. As long as you don't look down on me, that's enough. I reached out to hold her hand, and she pulled away on instinct. My wife's face went cold. The way she looked at me was full of disgust. You started it. Why'd you have to bring up the whole Lucky Charm thing? Now you're a laughingstock. 3 years, and the first time she ever rejected me was the night her family's company officially went public. I pulled my hand back and smiled. I meant every word. What? You don't even believe me? My wife stared at me stone-faced. Believe what? That you're some lucky charm? You didn't lift a finger, and now you want credit? Take credit. Actually, that's a pretty good way to put it. I thought helping them go public would bring us closer. I thought it'd make things better between us. Instead, it brought out the worst in every single person in this family, and made me realize the relationship I thought was perfect had a crack running right through it. Out of nowhere, my sister-in-law started throwing shade at the table. I mean, my sister's not wrong. Some people do absolutely nothing and still think they run the place. Anyone else would have dug themselves a hole and disappeared by now. I glanced over at her and smirked. Since when did they let kids sit at the adult table? She fired back. I'm 22. So you're old enough to get put in your place? My sister-in-law instantly blew up. Everyone else looked at me like I had some nerve. In their eyes, I was the outsider. Even my own wife thought I was wrong. She told me to apologize to her sister. My mother-in-law called me an a-hole and said how dare I talk to her daughter like that. I hit back. So the whole family ganging up on me is totally fine? My wife snapped. What is wrong with you, Shen Yiming? Are you drunk or something? I picked up my glass and laughed it off. I'm driving tonight, haven't touched a drop. Then what's your problem? Dad had a few. He didn't mean it. My father-in-law sat there stone-faced the whole time, making it clear to everyone he was completely sober. He wanted to use this dinner to officially boot me out of the Lin family, called me a parasite, said I had no business being at that table. I looked over at my wife calmly. So what do you think? She opened her mouth, then stopped herself. She looked at her dad at the head of the table, then at her mom, let out a long sigh. And when she finally spoke, she couldn't even look me in the eyes. Yiming, I don't think we're right for each other. My career is only going to get more demanding. There'll be high-end events, business dinners. I might not even have time to think about having kids. Staying together would just hold you back. I kept my face neutral and nodded. Got it. We'll do it your way. Let's get a divorce. The whole family expected me to kick and scream, but my reaction caught them completely off guard, especially Lin Muxu. She thought she must have misheard me. I looked at the shock on her face. Anything else to say? No? Then I'm out. Nobody said a word. I grabbed my jacket off the chair and walked out. Before I left, I told her, for what it's worth, these past 3 years, my feelings for you never changed. At least not until just now. My sister-in-law let out a mocking laugh. What good is your love? Can you eat it? If all you're offering is loyalty, any servant would do the same. I didn't bother responding. I just kept walking. Lin Muxu looked like she wanted to say something, but in the end, she just let out a quiet sigh. When I got home, I started packing. Everything that was mine, all folded up and loaded into a bag. I'd barely opened the door when I saw Lin Muxu standing in the doorway. She asked calmly, "Can I sit down and talk with you for a bit? Won't take long." I said sure and sat down on the couch. The vibe was heavy. She had a lot of questions about what comes next, like where I'd live after the divorce, and what I planned to do for work. Yiming, I could get you set up with a position at the company. Same deal as before. Nothing you'd actually need to do. You'd still get paid every month. I just can't promise a big base salary. I looked at her flatly. Your conscience getting to you? Save it. I'm more worried about what your family would do to me if they found out. Lin Muxu's expression iced over. She frowned and told me she was only trying to look out for me. Stop making everything about your pride. My pride? In 3 years, when have you ever seen me care about pride? 3 years of going to her family's place never once ended well. Either I was walking on eggshells or getting mocked at every turn. If it wasn't for this woman right in front of me, if I didn't care so damn much, who in their right mind puts up with that? Then step it up. Can you stop coming across like you're lazy and useless? They all see it. Lazy and useless. I actually had to laugh at that. I fired back. When we first met in college, what was your family's deal? If I remember right, y'all had a tiny little shop on the street corner. After we got together, your family opened a chain. When we got engaged, you launched a whole company. On our wedding day, the valuation hit 8 figures. And where are you now? Lin Muxu acted completely unbothered. She raised an eyebrow and said flatly, So? You're about to run that whole lucky charm bit again? That we only made it this far because of you? That you deserve all the credit? Like that wipes out everything my family worked for? Come on, Shen Yiming. Don't flatter yourself. I gave a non-committal smile. Fair enough. Your family did put in the work. It just didn't really move the needle. Lin Muxu shot me a glare, then quickly reined herself in. She shook her head in disappointment. You're the kind of person nobody should waste their sympathy on. She pulled a bank card out of her bag, set it on the coffee table. There's 500K on there. Consider it 3 years of your company. Sleep on the couch tonight. Sign the papers in the morning, then go. She walked into the bedroom and locked the door behind her. 500K to buy me out? I smiled on the outside, but I was bleeding on the inside. When did she change? And when did my worth drop this low? Lin Muxu woke up early. She saw me sitting on the couch all night and paused. Then she said coldly, "Get cleaned up. We're going to the civil affairs office to file for divorce." Fine, but when is your family going to pay me back what they owe me? Owe you what? Didn't I just give you 500K? I looked at Lin Muxu's furrowed brow, shook my head, and told her 500K didn't even cover the interest. She stared at me like I'd lost my mind. Do you even hear yourself right now? You showed up to our company every month, did absolutely nothing, and still got paid. Now I'm handing you an extra 500K on top of that, and it's still not enough? I slid the card back across to her. That's right. Not even close. Lin Muxu was about to lose it, but she held herself together. She took a deep breath and asked, "How much more do you want?" She picked up her phone, ready to transfer the money.